Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Raids Week 19, Day 2. So, today, of course, one of the main things we're going to be doing is the faction events. It is Warren, so be careful not to go over top whatever your lowest is if you're farming it, like we are. I know quite a few people probably still are, though I'm pretty sure some people also shifted over to Silver Necropolis, or however you, or on Earth you stayed at. But, yeah, this is still the second best delve in the entire game to farm, and of course we've been doing that every day. Though I need to make sure I don't go over 110, so to do that, I made sure to only buy it once and not twice like we have been. So that'll just cover all rewards buying it once, and it'll allow us to have enchant for only 30 gems, so definitely worth the trade-off, plus we're probably going to need it anyways. So let's go with that, and I already did one room just to set the team earlier. I believe this even is a Cedric, if I'm not mistaken, which is actually one of the reoccurring themes. We will be farming a lot of gold. I am using just a key team instead of a Tina or something this time around just to get through it all. Before we do, though, this is a raid stream. I'm going to go do raids real quick. Maybe not all our battles, but I want to get at least a few in before we go and do the faction grind. However, a good majority will be the faction grind. Yeah, hello everyone. Hello William. Hello Marcelo. Hello Steve. Hello everyone else. Welcome. I'll move that over. Get Archer turn as it's sitting there. We need skull power before we can really get operational, so I'm going to ignore that skull since we already have barrier anyways. Do I have a drop for that? No, I do not. Do I have a drop for anything? Probably not, or at least not that anything that's an extra turn. So let's try devouring him. And we got one. Nice. Pokes us. We'll kill... Actually, that will not kill his final slot. We'll do a decent amount of damage to it, but definitely not enough to kill. I'll have to get another one then. Shouldn't be too hard. Surge it again, and he's already dead. Cast that on him, and he's down. Okay, do we go for another Mang? Probably not needed. We're already up to one-shot range, so we'll skip over that as I get the mana for another Mang. We'll try for Skull, I guess. Got it, nice. And now we just have to wait him out because he's automatically going to kill itself out as soon as he casts, so I need to deliberately not take his two colors. Let him get to full mana. There we go. Now he casts, and he'll be super weak, and then we just kill him with anything. And never mind, anything does not kill, but that's close enough. We just do that, and then any follow-up will kill. Oh, also there was a skull just sitting there. I could have taken. Whoops. Oh well. And let's die out that way. Same result. Oh, so that reminds me, we probably have another orb, and we do. Please be a purple or blue. Come on, something not useless. There we go. That's not useless. So I haven't used a single purple orb ever yet. Though we have somewhere near like 70,000 seals in just purple orbs. We almost have enough to double max a entire guild just with seals. Kind of funny. We'll use them eventually. I just haven't really had a need to. And we don't know if they'll ever have another purpose in the future. They're still hoarding them just in case. Pretty sure they won't. But even blue orbs did get a second purpose, like being able to upgrade your hero weapon. You would never want to use it for that purpose, but it does have that dual purpose to it. And we never know if purple orbs might also get something like that. I highly doubt they will, but you never know. So it keeps wanting to devour the one below. I don't mind, though. As long as it gets devour each time, it's getting insanely good value. Anything that's zero devour, though, is basically a waste of a cast. Yeah, let's take our skull there. I guess we just double poke him at this point, since we might not be able to get the skull, and that should be kill range. So let's throw that down. And one skull for the win here. What do I even do here? I guess I just re-barrier. Well, then again, we're already barriered. Does anything not give him a skull? If I take that yellow, he gets a skull. If I take that brown, he gets a skull. If I take that green, he gets a skull. I'm actually gonna take this green. Yeah, that doesn't really help us. We'll take this brown so we regain barrier. That's the reason why I took it in that order. So we'd have the re-barrier since we already had the barrier. Okay. It's gonna be a weird battle. I guess we'll just throw Mang. He's already dead, but needs that one little poke. Like, there's no possible way he's gonna win. But we also haven't won ourselves yet. There we go. Yeah, we'll do one more for the 500 score and then go over to all the delves. Hello, Humberto. Hello, Damlix. Hello, March. Also, Marcelo, your question thingy. Let's see. The Mountain Crusher, Apothecary, Tina, 9,000. And Glory Troop. Very good for 1 and 2 trophy. Oh, yeah, you could definitely use that. Tina can solo pretty much every 1 trophy in the game for the most part. It does require a double cast more often, unless you can kill the other one with Skull. Oops, also, speaking of Skull, why did I take that Skull? We're in a weird situation now, actually. I have no way to barrier him. We're just gonna have to take that poke. No Bokos. Can't really stop that. That down. Let me actually go all in on his last slot. We'll do that. Didn't get our Devour. This should be enough to kill, right? No. Let me enrage first, and then that should be enough to kill. And now off that boost ratio, he'll do more damage, and we already got some split damage on it as well. Though we didn't even need that split damage, just the enrages, because it gains 2 additional damage per enrage for 8 total. Okay, what else? I guess we just throw another Mang and just we'll start one-shotting them. Well, then again, we're already in one-shot range. We're gonna need another follow-up for him. We either need another another enrage or a Mang on him. We'll probably just throw Mang and then just double skull him. Seems to be the way to go. So, do we even bother with his mana? Not really worth it. So we'll do that. Now they're both in one-shot range for sure. The problem now is getting those skulls without dying on hero. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should start poking him with the other troops just in case we die on hero. It's very unlikely, but you never know. There we go. Okay, one down. Now, worst comes to worst, we could have done it without our hero there. There we go. Okay, we'll leave the rest of those for later, so we have even more to do for tomorrow. But for now, of course, we have a very time-consuming faction event that we need to go get done for all these rewards, for 2 small orbs and a vault key, as well as all the other small junk. But, of course, we're mainly doing it for the 2 small orbs and vault key for only 30 gem cost, so definitely worth it. So let's get into that. Should only take about an hour or less. We're going to be currently running it with Key Team, is what we're going to be running just because of Cedric rooms to try to utilize the extra gold we get from it. We could run a Tina, we could run a Weaver, we can run any of the other pretty decent greens like Ketris and stuff, but we're going down this route for the extra gold. Just haven't really been doing as much PvP lately, might as well get the gold that way. And of course we still have the benefit of enchant if nothing else. We did not have explosion because I only bought to tier 1. I think this is actually the first event I've only bought into tier 1 since the potions. But since it's Warrens, I kind of have to, because if we buy to tier 2, we're probably going to get to like 120 or 130. And we don't want that, because I need to keep it at 110. We're still allowed to do 110, but we can't go any further than 110. Otherwise, it will permanently increase the level of this faction. Okay, so those 2 will get their mana up with enchant, which are the only 2 really viable things to even cast on our entire team. Everything else doesn't really need it. So I'll definitely get him to full mana. Get everything to full mana, that matter. Throw that down, and just repeat it again for the second key. So where are all the brown? Like 0 brown on this board. Almost 0. Luckily it's enough to actually get the mana, though. Hello, Medieval! Hello, Locked on Targets. Hello, Tim. Welcome. Explain the treasure hoard, please? Sure, I can explain treasure hoard. What do you want to know about it? Oh, don't try selling me stuff between the loading screen. Let's see, where was I? Okay, horde levels. So, I assume you mean this thing over here? So, this. You level it with treasures. You end up getting a bunch of extra stats through leveling it all. You generally only get it to level 100 because, well, there's 2 stopping points mainly. Well, I guess technically 3. There's the quality 10 stopping point, which gives you all of these bonuses, which are based on the percents. Normally in early game, to use less gold, you basically keep going. You only use treasures when you have a combination of something that will result in basically 90% or higher, ideally 100%. Whenever you have a combination of treasure in early game, you want to hold basically all your treasure until you can get a combination like that. You pretty much never use coin purses and very, very rarely use gold rings. The only time you ever use these are during the extremely early levels. By extremely early levels, I mean coin purses stop using beyond 30, and gold rings probably stop using beyond 50, maybe even earlier than that, depending on how early in the game you are, because it can start costing a lot of gold, because the gold increases based on the level. As you can see, it's costing us, how much per treasure here? It's costing us 40,600 gold per treasure that we want to put in. If you have like a level 20 horde, I forget the exact, or level 20, yeah, level 20 horde. I believe the cost is somewhere around like 1,000 or so, something really, really small. But the higher it goes, the more it costs. So you generally want to, when you're first starting out, only do bulks that will net you 100%, or really near 100%, just so you don't waste as much gold. Other than that, you just keep getting quality up. Quality is based on that percent chance, but you normally just do it at pretty much 100% each time in early game. And it just gives a bunch of various bonuses to your loot. Most noteworthy being at 10, you finally get the +3 chest, which allows you to finish the delve with a lot more loot than you normally would. You end up getting 2 as well on 7 it is. And everything beyond 7, though I would normally wait till 10, but everything beyond 7 is technically worth doing the entire delve. What I mean by that is in super early game, when you're first starting out, you pretty much just camp delves at level 20. However, once you reach quality level 10, even more so quality level 10, when you reach quality level 7, or once you eventually reach quality level 10, these points are pretty much good to start doing the full room of level 20. Normally, when you're first starting out in the game, you pick something like Warrens or, Warrens or Silver Necrophis, keep it at level 20 forever, and just keep farming it, or if you're on Nintendo Switch, do Half Guardians. But you basically just farm the delve at level 20 and then run away from the delve right before the final room. But once you finally have quality level 7 or 10, you can start doing the entirety of that level 20 delve, because you get more loot from the +3 or the +2, which you only get if you complete the entire delve. And just keep doing level 20 on 1x multiplier. I know it's Necropolis, I believe is what people are saying it is. It's Silver Necropolis. They keep calling it Necrophis or Necropolis or... wait, even I might be saying it wrong. No, it's Necropolis is what people keep saying it is. I keep calling it Necropolis, as well as a billion other things. But Necropolis, I believe, is what people are saying. But anyways, as far as the Horde level things, oh no, I think that was basically everything. Do you have any other questions still? But main thing you need to know is bulk your treasures together to be 100% when you're first starting out. Make sure that you get each faction one at a time. You should be focusing on one faction to level quality 10, and then the next faction to quality level 10, and so on and so forth. Then you worry about getting every single faction to level 100. The reason for level 100 is because that is the max amount of renown that you end up getting from the faction. And then after you've gotten every single faction to level 100, you get your daily farming faction to level 200, so whichever one you're farming on a daily basis with your three free battles. And then from there, you get to 100 or to 200 based on whatever factions you're trying to get pure faction on. It is technically possible to do it without 200 on them. However, 200 does make it a lot easier, especially if you're trying to do it without potions. But yeah, that's pretty much the full rundown. So if any questions, let me know. Yep, wrong game mode. Though we do need to finish that, but we'll do that tomorrow. Main game mode I need to work on right now is go back into here and get all of our gold. Where were we? Taking this Cedric room. Yeah, 30 at one time is also fine. Do keep in mind, though, that as of the current state of the game, the level of the delve has no effect on loot when it comes to non-faction events. On non-faction events, the only difference it makes is how many points you get. But there's no points when you're doing the daily ones. When you're doing the daily ones, a level 20 delve gives the exact same loot as a level 30 or 20. Like a 20 on 1 times, or a 30 on 1 times, or a 50 on 1 times, or like what we're doing right now, 110 on 1 times, has the exact same loot as a 500 on 1 times, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but that is the current way that it's set up in the game. They might be changing it in the future, but as it currently stands, yeah, you pretty much just want to farm the lower level delves, or, you know, the better room layout delves with more treasure rooms that are kept at a low level, because there's really no point in doing the higher level ones. The only reward you get from it is higher renown, and higher renown isn't really used for too much. It can currently give you 2 HP, 2 armor, and a bunch of exclusive pets, and various... Oh, also +1 attack. I don't currently have that +1 attack, but it is possible to get. If our Warrens was maxed, we would have it. But it isn't, so we don't have it yet. We'll have it next faction. No, no, I forgot to take the 1.3 room. Forgot to scout it. Do you move forward at 1 times if you complete the delve? No. You will not move forward at 1 times if you complete the delve. That's why we've been camping Warrens at 1 times forever. On level 110. We've been camping it for like, what, 2 months now? 3 months? But no, if you complete a delve at 1 times or 0.5 times, it will not move you upwards. Only if you complete the delve at 2 times does it give you, does it move you up 1. And that's basically the whole strategy with farming them. And you can do that at any point. You can start doing it at 100, you can start doing it at 50, you can start doing it at 200. Though normally, obviously, the lower it is, the better. Normally, people stop around 90, 100, or 110. The reason for this is that is how far is required to complete out the event. The Tuesday events, like right now. That's like one of the reasons, well, there's two reasons why we have it that high. One is because I needed the extra HP at the time. But the other reason I have 110 right now is it allows you to do every single battle of an event. Because normally it requires you to go all the way to 90, 80 or 90 or so. And basically what allowing 110 to do is if you get a Valraven on the 90th floor, or on level 90, it allows you to actually be able to use those 2 sigils that you get. That's why we have it at 110. Yeah, 90, 100, and 110 are the main stopping points for, well, 20, 90, 100, 110 are the main stopping points. 20 and 30 are mainly the stopping points if you want it to be as easy as possible, and 30 is normally just people accidentally getting it upgraded some. You can pretty much do it at any low level. And 90, 100, and 110 are people that are a little bit more towards late game, that have higher stats, that just farm it at that level, because that allows people to still complete out the Tuesday events while also having a relatively low level. Still, it takes about 1 minute per battle, though, which is a bit time-consuming compared to level 20 delve, but it allows these events, which is normally worth it. Although, of course, the more factions that get added to the game, the less relevant that is, because right now there's, like, what, 9? And, of course, once we start getting to the point where we have, like, 2 dozens of them, where they're rotating, like, only once every, like, twice a year, because there's so many delves, then at that point it's not really going to matter as much if you're farming a specific one, though by then I'm pretty sure they would have fixed the whole farming level 20 issue thing. How did Egg Thief come to the game? Was it a weekly event or a delve troop? It was a weekly event. You'll know for sure if it's a delve troop because it will be from a portal. But no, it came in through an event. So the only way to get it is through a glory, gem, or guild key. Those are the only 3 locations where you can get a Egg Thief. The only other location is to check summoning stones, the red and green summoning stones, as occasionally it'll be on that, but that's very rare. Your best bet is just to open glory gem and guild chests. It's a completely random drop, though. It is relatively low rarity, so it shouldn't take too long. Hey, 4 times multiplier. I forgot about that. That means we get 4 arcane light trait stones. How many arcane lights do we currently have? Let me see. Arcane light check. We should have over 900. We're really close to that, if not. Where's arcane lights? 896. Well, we're about to have over 900. Oh, our Celestials finally passed it again, though. But I'm pretty sure the first one to 1000 will be arcane light, which is insane. It's almost triple my average. Actually, it's more like 2.5. It's about 2.5 times bigger than my average arcane stack, is how big our arcane light is, and that's all because of Warrens. Anyways, where are we? Keep going. Go to the next one. Grab our little reward here. And nice, 120 shards. Unfortunately, it gave us a bunch of useless gold. The only loot we really want to be seeing from those chests are legendary ingots and chaos shards. Every other drop is pretty much pointless to us. Oh wow, a double Cedric. I was talking earlier how there's been like no Cedrics for Warrens, yet we do it on the event and it's like every single room. So far we have 100% rate on it. But lately it feels like it takes like 1 in every 20, so we're getting really lucky right now. Great to see. Even more loot. They really need to fix that lag that happens whenever you click on it. PC and mobile have that issue. All the console versions don't. There's actually a check on it. I never even realized that, but there is a check on the console versions to make sure it doesn't happen. Well, it makes it so you can't even click on it, so it's impossible for it to happen. But PC and mobile have that issue where if you're hovering over a card during the enemy's turn, it moves it down to like 1 times game speed, which is pretty much like slow motion. I guess they might have done that deliberately just so... I don't know, maybe so you can focus on the card more while the enemy takes their turn a bit slower, I'm not sure. It almost seems like it is intended because it's been in the game for a while. They probably have some reason for why it's like that. So whatever reason that is, they'll probably switch it eventually. They actually finally made it so whenever you start a new account, it'll actually have by default show mana on. Or they didn't have it for a while because they thought it would be too confusing to newer players. But it's pretty much just more confusing with it not being on. So they eventually decided to actually have it on by default. But it took them like a year and a half before they ever decided to do that. Yeah, some of the code in this game is very, very old. I wouldn't be surprised if some of it they have even touched since they transferred the game over to Unity. It was like, what, 2 years ago? Okay, let's go grab the Cedric room and go get 1 billion gold per battle. Gives the free extra 2,000 gold or so. It's definitely not a small amount, that is for sure. Okay, we'll take that, move that over, take a green, destroy everything, he'll poke us. And we go from there. So we'll throw that down. Get a key to key. Rolling with those. Focus again, and it's pretty much a match. Keep him down again. And he's down. Oh, so hello, Kevin, if I didn't already say hi. We got a 1.3. That's probably our next room. Yeah, 1.3 into 1.5 into 1.15 into the other one. I keep thinking this is a treasure room, but it's not. Kind of looks like it should be because it has a bunch of pirates that gain gold. But no, that's not actually a treasure room. Oh, she doesn't currently exist on Nintendo Switch, by the way. Egg Thief probably isn't coming to Nintendo Switch for forever. Based on the current event, I believe she came in around 5 months after the fact. So it'll be a while before Nintendo Switch gets her. Unless they're just going to be expediting the add everything to game process. But based on the current event, I believe it's about 5 months away from adding Egg Thief, the Nintendo Switch version. But yeah, she did revolutionize the gold farming team, because it made it so you didn't have to use Bronze Lock Pistol into Cedric. You can now use Skeleton Key into Egg Thief, which is basically separating the two into, instead of one troop, you have it into 2 troops. However, you drastically increase the amount of damage you can do by multiples. Like, the amount of extra damage that you get from having that as 2 different parts compared to just having on Bronze Lock Pistol is probably around, what, on average? Probably around 20 times the damage for one single cast. Plus you have auto extra turn if it kills. Plus you have maps, 20% or 10% chance for map, I believe it is. Yeah, it's basically Bronze Lock Pistol, but with a way more damage. But with both the troops being better individually than the aspect of Bronze Lock Pistol. The only really good thing Bronze Lock Pistol is still good for is, well, it's still good for its mana generation. It's basically Gorgotha pre-nerf with damage. But the caveat is you have to use it with a gold farming rush troop or with a Cedric, either or. Normally it's used with Leprechaun, however, Leprechaun doesn't exist on Nintendo Switch. However, what does is, what's it called? Greed. You can use that at least, if nothing else. Greed isn't as good as an early game, though. Also doesn't mana generate. It's also not as good with Bronze Lock Pistol, however, it'll still get the job done. Do you have a pro tip for killing 750 troops in PvP? Keep spamming casual PvP with whatever you normally throw and explore. Is generally the way to go. So I find that the default amount of PvP that you tend to do on a week almost gets it done more often than not. Even on weeks I play PvP quite a bit less, I think it automatically gets to like 200, 300 or so kills. And basically just have to double that. I believe most people's defaults, based on how far they normally go in the game, tends to be around way more than enough to get that objective done. But just farming casual PvP with constant repicks is generally the best way to go with any quick team you have. Specific team is really just whatever you want to use. You can run the Rowan Firebomb team, you can run Sunbird Firebomb team, you can run Tina, you can run Ketris, you can run Wordbreaker, you can run Infernus. You could even run that new Mythic with Infernus with 50% mana start in a few weeks. There's a lot of stuff that would end up working for it. Depends what you want to run. Yeah, new Mythic. It's going to be kind of weird because new Mythic's going to come in. It's going to be introduced to this game in a state that is... Oh, I hate how he moves troops. Because it always makes it so they don't actually charm each other. What was I just saying? Oh no, I just lost my track of thought. Oh yeah, the new Mythic's going to be coming into the game in a state where it's going to be good, but not game-breaking. But it won't really get that game-breaking status. Wow, 4.2 multiplier. It won't really get that game-breaking status until May 17th. On May 17th, it's going to be because we get half mana start on elementals. Okay, please be Cedric. Please be Cedric. No! Leprechaun ruined us. I hate these new treasure rooms. Okay, we finally got a non-Cedric place, but we should just kind of expect that. I'm actually really surprised we got 2 Cedrics in a row. Because they basically nerfed Cedric in this delve, which is unfortunate. Or really in all delves that have treasure rooms. It is a lot less likely to be able to find a Cedric now. And it's not because they necessarily nerfed the room or anything. It's just because they added more treasure rooms. There's a higher chance of finding not Cedric. The other treasure rooms are some that are pretty good, but when you're running some kind of team like this, it's way better if you get Cedric than any other treasure room. Because while the initial amount of gold you get for completing the battle is less, your overall amount of gold per the delve is like 10,000, 20,000, sometimes even 30,000 or so more. Actually, probably more towards 20,000 more gold just from having a Cedric room in it. Oh yeah, transforms do count as kills. That is correct. You can transform kill, but I believe there's still a glitch if you get too many of them that it doesn't count it. There's some kind of glitch with it because they never expected people to be able to get infinite in a single battle. It is actually possible to get infinite in a battle. Just make sure you don't go beyond about 100 or so, which you would normally accidentally win by then anyways. Oh yeah, almost everyone on Nintendo Switch is running Dragon's Eye. It's completely pre-nerfed Dragon's Eye. It doesn't have Blessed Transform immunity. It doesn't have Dooms to have Transform immunity. It doesn't have the nerf to Dragon's Eye. Actually, I don't believe it has either nerf to Dragon's Eye. I know for sure it doesn't have the... it currently hits random target instead of last target, so it doesn't have the most recent nerf. But I don't even think it has the first nerf, if I'm not mistaken. I'd even actually double check it, because I actually don't own it currently. I didn't bother getting it. Probably should have, but I might eventually. It just, offensively, you don't really ever need to use it for the most part. Unless maybe for delves. But I don't have Ubistat or anything to synergize with it. It was available, but I wasn't able to get it with the keys we had at the time. Only mythic we have currently on it is a useless Def. I'm overestimating the damage, which is very low for what? For Sunbird, Rowan, and stuff? But you have to take really weak battles, and by very weak battles, I mean things like 4,000 score or lower are the kind of battles that you'd be able to clear out. That or Firebomb teams. Or those treasure teams are normally really low stats. Ones that spam 3 to 4 treasures or a Sacred Cow or something like that. Hello, Preserve Music. Welcome. That should be full mana, and luckily it is. Get a hit down. Throw key to keys. Get all the keys. Hello. Oh, wait, never mind. I already said hello. I almost said hello to you twice. Yeah, we'll go throw that down. Of the new mythic? The new mythic's damage is lower than Infernus in every single situation. There's a 20% chance his damage will be the exact same as Infernus. Otherwise, it is generally going to be like a weaker version of Ketris. But yeah, even if he gets his 20%, it's just the exact same damage as Infernus. Or technically less because he doesn't have burn. Yeah, I'm aware he does less damage. He also technically has out of the two that board controls that they both have, or board clear, I should say, I would say that overall, Infernus has the better one. So Infernus is still the better troop overall. It's just the two biggest things that the new Mythic has going towards it is it has what's it called? It has 50% stone skin for skull reduction, and it has the stun everything every extra turn, making it the best stunner in the entire game. Those are the two biggest aspects it has. But from its actual casts, it is hands down weaker than Infernus's cast. So you'd most likely put Infernus in front of your what's his name? I forgot his name now. I need to remember it because we're going to be seeing it a lot very soon. Obsidius, right? Yeah, it's Obsidius. Let me go check. I remember now. Could be Obsidius. Yep, it's Obsidius. Yeah, he's going to be pretty decent starting once he gets out this Friday. And then he should be somewhat meta starting 2 weeks from now. Because then Infernus will have 50%. He will have 50%. And then you can either synergize that with a Titan set to that elemental bonus thing, or to just a full-blown elemental team. The only big issue, though, these days is currently no elemental hero class. But there's still some good for elemental synergies. Need to figure out what they are. I know there's a lot of good elementals on there, just haven't figured out the full synergy yet because I haven't bothered checking through all of them. Oh, we'll do that for this weekend because we'll be needing that. Friday. A few days away. We're also getting a new hero class on Friday. However, the new Mythic is definitely going to be way more relevant than the hero class for once. Hero class is actually pretty underwhelming. It has a fun, interesting gimmick to it. The highest dodge chance in the entire game currently. As well as the highest overall mitigation of any hero against skulls. But other than that, it has nothing really going for it. Most of its other perks are near pointless. Also, some of the good perks that it does have, like Explosion every extra turn, it can't even use because you'd normally be using the 30% dodge with it to stack with the 20% dodge. And it doesn't stack to 50%, it's somewhere around 44% or so. But still, even with that, it's higher than Artima's 40%, which is currently the highest in the game. At least until Mythic gets like 60 or 50% dodge or something. That'd actually be really interesting if they ever add a Mythic with 60% dodge. Pretty sure they'd make it 60 instead of 50. 50 might be a bit too low. But it'd be interesting to see how that pans out. Of course, its ability would have to be good if that's what its trait is. But if they made a skull spammer that had 60% skull dodge, that would be pretty interesting to see. Especially if it had a double skull spam. Currently, there is no double converter that does 2 different versions of a skull. Probably because it would be way too overpowered. But something that does something to skulls and something else to doom skulls would be pretty interesting. Had 60% skull dodge. What am I doing? Looks like we're going up. Because that's a 1.4 room. Feels so weird having to check tier 4 rooms now, but you actually have to. Okay. So it looks like we just go take those 2, take those 3, take that, and then probably head right into the final room. Sounds like a plan. Oh, is it 50%? I thought it was 20%. But no, even if it was 100% chance, it's the exact same damage as Infernus, if I'm not mistaken. Might even be a little bit less than Infernus. Because it only has a base +4, whereas Infernus has plus base 10. So, even if the new Mythic had 100% chance to... If it had 100% chance to do heavy damage, and 100% chance to do light damage with its 2 hits, it would still be less damage than Infernus. Infernus would overall do 6 more damage per poke, which is what, 24 more damage overall. So even if they made it 100%, which it currently isn't, it would be less damage than Infernus. But no, they're making it some kind of percent. I just sworn it was 20% earlier. Did they change it? Oh yeah, it is 50% now. Still don't understand why it's not 100%. Because even at 100%, it's weaker than Infernus. Not by much. By about 24 damage, but still weaker. I'll take that over. Grab that down. Get the key. And there we go. Hello, Captain! Welcome! Oh, we got the first orb. I guess we'll have a redeem code once we hit the key. And hopefully this is not an orange or green. Yeah, there we go. 2 purples in a row. Doing really good on trait stones all of a sudden. Or not trait stones, on orbs all of a sudden. Go for this one. Okay, what do we need here? Let's grab all of our gold we need. It's gonna have full mana automatically, so let's take a brown here, throw a key, throw that, mana, dead. Okay, we'll do that. Get our thing going again. Come on, quick. And it was keyed down again, and it's match. Oh yeah, I learned earlier today that my treadmill doesn't go beyond 6 digits. I went on it for 2 hours, but at the 99-minute and 59-second mark, the timer ended up rolling over back to 0, which was really disappointing. But I basically broke my treadmill. You know, I didn't like break it, but you know, the timer just rolled over because it only can show 6 digits. I found that really funny. I guess they never really planned on anyone using it for more than an hour and a half. Which normally I don't. I normally use it for like, what, 20, 30 minutes? But I decided just to keep going because I wasn't tired. So, just kept going. And apparently it doesn't keep going. But you know, the thing still keeps functioning. It's just the timer rolls over back to 0. Oops, did I get him in first slot? That's bad. I don't want him there. Hello, Gustavo. Welcome. The millennial bug. Treadmill update patch notes. The treadmill actually has quite a bit of features for how cheap it was. I believe it was actually the #1 rated on Amazon at the time. Not sure if it still is. Let's see, with our key to key. Another destroy. And it's dead. Wyham's still considered one of the best kingdoms for tribute bonus. It is literally the best kingdom for tribute bonus, because glory out of all the resources relative to how long it takes is the makes it the best kingdom. Because of the 3 resources relative to the amount that each kingdom gives, glory takes the longest. Gold takes less than 1 battle. Souls takes less than 1 battle, though slightly more than gold. And the amount to be able to accumulate the amount of glory you get from White Helm takes multiple battles. Normally around like 3 to 5 or so, depends on the week or the game mode. Obviously, we have +6 possible glory this week, so it takes a bit less. But even then, it still takes like what, 4 battles or so to be able to cover that much glory. But no, glory is always the way to go. And assuming that every single kingdom of yours is equally starred, White Helm is the absolute best. Of course, sometimes other factions can be a little bit better if they're higher stars while your White Helm is still lower. But assuming they're all equivalent stars, or very close equivalent, White Helm is the best. It also just naturally has one of the highest stars as well. I think it's currently at 14. And 15 only gives you extra gold. It doesn't actually give you any extra tribute reward. So 14 is technically the highest tribute of any... oh, why did I do that? Of any kingdom currently. Which is tied at White Helm. So White Helm's just best. Even if something gets like 20.25 ahead of it with its extra tribute reward or whatever ends up getting, I think White Helm will still be better. Like if something ends up getting 16 stars before White Helm does, which probably will happen. But if that happens, I think White Helm might still be the better kingdom. It really just depends what the tribute is on that other one. But currently, no kingdom has over 15 stars. What do we grab here? Take that. Oh yeah, he's blocking. Even that thing's in first slot. Let's throw a key for now, I guess. Get that down, and I have to move around. Let's take that. Try getting a brown there. Take a red. He'll just go poke us. And then we just destroy into key. What are you using as a banner and class? And how are you able to get green mana dropping every turn along with enchants? What do you mean by green mana? We don't have any storm that's doing that, so whatever greens are falling is just natural greens. However, the enchant is coming from the fact that we're currently doing a faction event. You can buy potions during the faction event. I just bought the tier 1. I didn't go that far into it. But tier 1 gives you enchant on everything. It's only for the faction event, though. Like, if we go do our daily warrens, it will not have that effect. But the event one will. Yeah, all the events have potions associated to it now. As far as the greens that are falling down, those are just the natural greens. And the green mana we're accumulating is from the destroy off of Egg Thief, destroying all the greens that are currently on the board. Come on, Cedric. Yeah, we got a Cedric. Good. Okay. Which route do we take? Oh, we're doing really good on Cedrics. That's what, our 3rd or 4th? Regardless, 50% is still pretty high. Given how many rooms there are that aren't Cedric now. Looks like we take the bottom path and just head right into the Cedric room. Wait, do I have Greenstorm? Ah, my bad. Yeah, that's what's creating so many greens. I currently do have Greenstorm. Why do I have you set to Greenstorm? I guess I did for something else earlier. Well, I guess it's not bad. Yeah, never mind. The greens that are coming to the board is from our Greenstorm. I forgot that we're currently using Shaman. And this is coming off our hero. I should probably actually go disable that then. Oh, no. It makes it so these two... Actually, if anything, it makes it so that thing doesn't block Egg Thief as much. Oh, why did I let him shift us? Whoops. Oh, it's not that big a deal. But now we have to go the entire delve with him up front. Yeah, right now we're just using Shaman as our class because I'm trying to get it leveled. Shaman's pretty underwhelming, however, I need it leveled. So we're working on it currently, passively over time. And the banner we're currently using is what we always use with this key, is +2 red, +1 brown, -1 purple. The +1 brown is to be able to 1 to 2 turn your key. 1 turn if you already had the half mana, 2 turn otherwise. And then the +2 red allows us to 5 times red into full Egg Thief. Yeah, let me actually go disable that red storm. That red storm actually does not help. I mean, that green storm. I believe overall that green storm is actually going to be a bit more of a hindrance. I don't know, maybe not. If nothing else, it gives us a better chance of extra turning, I guess. Because we're not going to have any storm otherwise. You know what, I guess we'll keep it on. Not the most optimal storm that we could be using right now. Probably brown storm would be one of the more optimals. But, I don't know, it's fine for now. The fact we use 2 greens makes it somewhat okay, I guess. Especially when it's blocking. Yeah, we'll throw that down. Speaking of green. And blocking. Okay, we'll go take that over. Looks like we're just gonna have to wait out with enchants. Grab a key. Hopefully that's still enough damage, barely. I didn't really need that green because we would have had full mana off enchant, but oh well. And I'll be full mana into key. What's a good Warren's Pure Faction team? Triple Luna Bunny. Or that one tanky one, Luna Bunny Luna. But normally I believe it's Triple Luna Bunny. With Bunny in the 3rd slot. Okay, we'll throw a key at that. Let him do his thing. Take our reds. Go do whatever's there. We'll take a destroy on everything. Sorry, not destroy on everything. And it was key to kill. Okay, we have this one. 1.25, 1.2 treasure room, 1.15, and 1.2. Well, that decides what we're doing then. Take this one, go left, go right, treasure room, and then final room. So we should probably go check our battle soon. I did say we'd hand out a redeem code once we had Vault Key. And I believe we are right on top of Gold Key. I mean, Vault Key. Got it really close to it. Okay, we'll throw a key down. Yeah, we have Cedric, so we don't even need to worry about not killing a room. I'm pretty sure we would have had enough damage regardless. But now we really have enough damage. Plus, of course, we're getting, like, what is that, gold per turn? Per battle. 2,048. Very nice. Okay, anyways, we'll go left, take our 1.2, go right, 1.15, treasure room, and then complete. Yeah, we'll grab gold first. Take that. So I'm actually gonna drop that red. They're taking it the other way. Okay, we just have to wait out 2 turns, it looks like. We'll do that. We'll do whatever. Take a already full mana to full mana. Actually, probably should have just taken green there. It would have been blocking less from it. Luckily, we still gained over mana back. And it was key for the kill. Yeah, I've done a really low pure faction for Warrens. I believe we only done 110 so far. Because, well, that's as far as we can go. Let's take this one, take treasure, end it out, and claim our vault key with redeem code. Could be a vault key. Actually, let me check after this battle. What to grab? Take a purple, because it doesn't matter if we take green, because this could be blocked anyways. Both of those will have full mana. And that was key to Thief. Hit again, should be enough brown. Very few on the board, but should be enough to get it. And then we just keep him down for the kill. There we go. Okay, what's that? No, never mind. Okay, we still need like 2 more battles. 1 or 2. Probably have to finish that boss room out. Okay. We grab here. We grab our greed, take our red to full, throw the key, throw the egg. Their map randomly. I'm really curious what the total amount of maps we farmed off of just Skeleton Key alone. Like, not cascades, not any other method, just simply the key. Nothing else. If I had to guess, it's probably somewhere around 2,000 to 3,000. So it might be even higher than that. It hasn't even been out for a year. Actually, it's barely even been out for half a year. It came in November. So yeah, hasn't even been a half a year yet. It's only been 6 months, and we've probably already gained like 2 to 3, maybe even 4,000, but definitely somewhere around 2 to 3,000 most likely. 2 to 3,000 keys off of it. I mean, not keys, my bad. 2 to 3,000 maps off of it. Hopefully they buff maps. Because we're currently sitting at, if I'm not mistaken, over 10,000 maps. So most of that actually ended up coming in, well, not most of it, but a good chunk of that ended up coming in, like, what, several thousand? What was it, 6,000 or so? Maps ended up coming in through the key buying that we did the other day. Not the other day, but about a month ago, prior to the patch, when they nerfed Spoils of War. Bought it out for an hour straight. Which means we currently have, how many of those? We currently have 14,729 maps. Like 2 to 3,000 of those are from Skeleton Key. Around 6,000 or so, a little bit higher. A little bit over 6,000, I believe, ended up coming from all the Spoils of War that we ended up buying. And that leaves the other about, how much does that leave? The other 6,000, 7,000 or so ended up coming from just natural other means. And of course, we still use them over time occasionally. Not that many, though. I normally probably only use, like, what, 100 a month, if even that. We get them way quicker than we use them, for sure. At least currently, because there's not much of a need to use them. Anyways, let's go claim that reward. That should be Volky. And, yep, that is Volky. Go claim all this. A little bit of everything. Grab the key, use the key, and then let's hand out a code. Hopefully we get something good here. So far, we've been on a purple streak. 2 purples in a row. Who knows? Maybe we'll go 3 off this key. Also, apparently, we somehow have a second key for something. Where these magical keys keep coming from, I do not know. But I honestly have not the slightest clue where that key came from. What did we do on Monday? Oh! Duh. I know where that key came from. We got it from raids, and I didn't bother using it. That's where that came from. Oh, yeah, that's where that key came from. That's the only thing that could have happened on Monday that would have given it to us. Was the one we got for raids. Which apparently I didn't use. Okay, I'll throw that down. And what do we get off this one? A lot of gem keys. 21 gem keys, 20 from Cedric, of course. With 3 event keys for 24 total keys. Interesting. So those gem keys I would consider better than event keys at this point. Technically, event keys are better from a cost perspective, but I do not need more event keys at this point. Anyways, let's go use the other one. So really good first one. Not sure if we'll be able to top it, but there are a few drops that could still top it. 250 gems would top it. A large purple orb would top it. A large blue orb would top it. And possibly even a small blue, depending on how you look at it, could also top it. do we have? Useless gold. Oh well, all we got from the second one was gold. That first key was pretty good though. Anyways, let's go hand out a code. Where's my code section? Also, I need to go ask her for more. But let me go mark this down. Put it right there. Mark it. Copy. Save it. Put it over here. Boom, boom. Put that there. Put that there. Back it. Refresh. Put that over in this section. Copy the whole thing. Put that right over there. And there you guys go. There's redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com. Read the redeem code section, or simply click that link. Buy code under settings menu. Redeem code right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters. And gives same reward as always. True treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. And works on every platform except all the console versions. And there's a legendary task. Actually, that reminds me. Did we ever get a 30th person? If so, I'll go donate more gold. If not, then if anyone wants to join the guild, we have 1 spot left. Let me know. If you can do 1 million gold per week, 1,500 seals, 200 trophies in PvP, and just do all the normal guild-related things that most endgame guilds do, let me know, because we have a spot. And we definitely get, like, what, 30 legendary tasks, I believe, per week? I don't normally keep track of the exact number, but it's normally around 30, 40 or so. Let's see. Anyways, let's go and head back to the game mode. What is a team with using Iron Gut for Hall of Guardian? Well, you don't have Apothecary, so you do need to revamp it slightly, but it's something along the lines of probably Mountain Crusher Divinia spam, since you don't have Apothecary. Mountain Crusher, Divinia, High King, Iron Gut, and then 1 other troop. And that 1 other troop would most likely be the new mythic that's coming out this Friday. Would probably be the most optimal because you can stun things so they don't have immune to devour. However, you could also put, I guess maybe a Queen Aurora or something there, if you have that, because you can't use Possessed King. But, yeah, most likely something along the lines of Mountain Crusher, Divinia, High King, Iron Gut, and like Queen Aurora or the new mythic this Friday or something like that. Iron Gut definitely isn't the most optimal in that faction, that is for sure. However, he can do it. Oh, you can also just go Self-Any More last slot. I forgot, you do have Brown. So you can just go and Tango spam off the Self-Any More so you never die off of skulls. Yeah, we do only have a 200 trophy requirement. Most people do way more than that. However, it's only the requirement. Of course, most people do way more. But our trophy requirement is only 200. It's actually kind of funny. The trophy requirement on the guild I'm in on Nintendo Switch right now is actually higher than my own guilds. But, no, it's mainly because we saw people, like, dipping a little bit lower. And we'd rather people do good during guild events and stuff rather than spamming PvP a bunch. Yeah, we're a bit more of a casual high-end guild. Our gold requirement is high, but how you get that gold, we really don't care. As long as you can easily do over 1 million per week, it doesn't matter how you get there. If you do it by trophies or other means, it doesn't really matter. Which is why we lowered the trophy requirement. Because the gold requirement means way more than the trophy requirement. Trophy requirement's basically pointless. There we go. Got our team back to normal and dead. Yeah, of course, trophies mean a lot more the earlier into the game you are, or the newer the guild is. But once you reach a certain point, trophies have pretty much no value. The byproduct of trophies, which is their gold and glory and stuff, that has value. But specifically, just having a higher amount of trophies means almost nothing once you start getting beyond a few million trophies. Even after pretty much the first million, it starts to mean almost nothing. At least in the current state of the game anyways. The only thing it really helps with is recruiting. Because the higher amount of trophies your guild has, the higher up in the rankings it is. And the higher up in the rankings it is, it just naturally makes the guild look better. I think we're currently at 18th on this one. On my main guild. On PC mobile version. I think we're as high as 6 at one point, but we have dropped down since then. Mainly because we haven't been making trophies a priority at all. Is it still not advised to upgrade Mountain Crusher? No, you should pretty much just upgrade Mountain Crusher. There are still some instances where Mountain Crusher does have a hindrance from having Brown Storm. However, with the amount of brown teams that you use it in, you're pretty much just better off upgrading it. Especially since they also added more... oops, I forgot to get my gold first. But especially since recently they started adding more Mountain Crusher-like weapons. So if you needed something that's like Mountain Crusher that doesn't have a storm on it, you normally just use Essence of Evil instead. So yeah, you should pretty much just always upgrade your Mountain Crusher. Because if you really needed a non-storm Mountain Crusher now, you can either not upgrade your Jar of Eyes, or which will still explode browns, or you can go without having any storm, or you can go and just use Essence of Evil. This is overall a better weapon for everything except mana accumulation. Well, I might just go down the middle. Never mind, we're not going down the middle. We'll take this one, take the 1.3, and then take the left one, then take middle. Okay, what do we take here? This doesn't matter, they're both gonna have full mana regardless. Grab a key down, we'll throw instant kill, guarantee, we have Cedric's. I think after Cedric Room, we can instant kill all the way up to about floor, I want to say 300 or something. Something ridiculously high we'd still be able to one-shot up to. Just because we're doing over 300 damage per e-poke when we have that much gold. We're doing 343 damage, and that's not even with a correct hero class. Actually, somewhat correct. I believe we do have brown bonus on this hero class. However, we don't have +2 for daggers, which something like a thief would have. We're also having the +5 for a +7 total. Whereas right now we only have a +5 on it. So of course, when you're doing +300 off of gold, that means very little. Having an extra +2 or not having an extra +2. Even that +7 looks pretty small when you're getting +300 off of gold. I'll take this one. And by +300, I mean damage. Obviously, we're getting +600 gold. Which then gets multiplied by our multipliers to be about 2,000 gold. A little higher. I'll throw that down, get a double kill, take our greens, egg thief it again. Hopefully double egg thief, get all the mana. And pretty much be dead. Grab that again. Or not. And it was key into win. Okay, then we take the treasure room finally, and then grab that final room for our 4 arcane light trait stones. Yeah, give it another month. We'll have 1,000 arcane lights. Hopefully they're needed whenever they add a trait stone sync to the game. Oops, I forgot to use gold first. I hate when I forget to cast greed. Not too big a deal, but it does make it so we didn't have full mana there. And he's super dead. Well, hopefully we keep getting Citric Rooms too. This is a lot of gold. Hey, level 53 Shaman. Slowly but surely, we shall chip that thing up. It's pretty much the only hero class we have left that has a natural 50% start. And we're almost out of 50% start hero classes in general. The only ones we have left are Warden. And that's it. Just Warden. I believe that's it, right? After Shaman. It's Warden, and that might be it, actually. I think there might be one more that I'm forgetting about. But Shaman's the last one for sure that has a natural 50% attached to it. Because he has on his final trait all Tauruses, and of course it counts as Taurus. Of course, unfortunately, there's no good Taurus teams, though. There's a few good Tauruses out there, though, like Ketris and stuff, but they don't really have any good team synergies that work with pure Taurus. Okay, grab all that. And the final stretch. 2 more doves. The entirety of this one, the entirety of the next one, and we'll probably have 2 more, which is why we are at 110. Because even if we get another Valraven, since we're at 110, we'll be able to do all of them. Also, I love seeing tier 2 rooms in this delve, because that means we could have a Cedric. Nope. Oh, the annoying leprechaun replacing our Cedric again. No! Oh, we did get a Cedric. Oh, we did get 2 treasure rooms, but no Cedric. Okay, it looks like we go over here, go and take this way over here. That's still a really interesting room too. 20% dodge is what you get from completing out this room, and it does stack if you already have 20% dodge to, I believe, 35%? Question mark? I believe it's 35%. Somewhere around there if it's not exactly 35%. But let's see, what do we grab here? I guess we go down the bottom route, then we head to the 1.25 there. And then we just take this into bigger treasure room, into smaller treasure room, into the boss. What's a way to farm bronze ingots? What do you mean by bronze ingots? None of them are bronze. What rarity are you referring to? How would I do that? Just give him a skull. I need to be giving him his mana, so that he can go and move us back to normal. Oh no, now he's gonna not move us back to normal. He's just gonna double cast us. Please take a skull. Okay, that was actually good. Okay, now I need him just to cast once. Come on, AI. Do the right move. Cast against us. You know you want to. Stop taking skulls. There you go. Okay, now he's killing. Let's see. Well, if you want gold, it's PvP. And you can get quite a bit of ingots in PvP as well. So yeah, just doing both of them in PvP is probably your way to go. I'm still not sure what you mean by bronze ingots, though. But PvP has the highest rate of trait stones in the game if you run the 1 trophy battles. There isn't anything that has a higher rate if you run trophies. Because those are the easier, quicker battles. Because the only other location where you can keep getting 1 per battle is Arena. However, doing 1 trophy PvP with quick teams are more ingots per hour than Arena will ever be. Even if they were the same speed, Arena would be slower because of the drafting period that you have to do. Bronze ingots equals ingots for legendary weapon. Well, if you're talking about legendary or mythic ingots specifically, legendary ingots are actually more common from doing delves. However, there's a limited amount of delves that you can do. The times when you can use the most amount of delves is, well, you get 3 per day. You get a bunch on Tuesdays, like right now. Like literally right now. You just do the event and get a bunch from there. And you get the bunch during the Friday faction events whenever a new faction comes out. Next new faction is May 17th. So 3 Fridays from now. Not this Friday, not next week's Friday, but the other Friday after that. May 17th. But yeah, it's just doing basically exactly what we're doing now is the best way of farming legendary ingots in the entire game. Even more so if you're trying to increase your renown. Because through increasing your renown higher in any delve, you end up getting a bunch of legendary ingots along the way. So as you can see, we currently have 2,150 renown. And through that process, we end up getting a 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, and a bunch of mythic ingots. So it gives all those legendary ingots along the way. And it just starts getting into the pet. But you get quite a few of them from these as well. But yeah, just doing delves, getting higher renown, and just delves in general are your best bets. PvP will yield you very, very, very little. However, do make sure to do your 1.9k because that does give you 2 per week. To go check over on our PvP thingy. Also, I say that, and I don't think I have a 1.9k yet this week. I haven't been doing much PvP, and if I have, I've been doing casual PvP, which gives you 0 towards that. But what was I looking for? I'm looking for these. But yeah, you get 2 per week off of that as well. Which is a pretty small amount compared to how many delves give you, but still, it adds up. Anyways, where were we? Keep doing these. But yeah, factions overall are the best way to get legendary ingots. There isn't anything that gives a higher rate than legendary ingots than doing your daily factions. And just hoping you get lucky. Completely random if you get them or not. But make sure you have quality level 10 in whatever delve you're grinding. That would greatly increase the chance. Plus it would double the amount of trait stones you get. I believe quality level 8 or 9 ends up doubling it. But generally, you should only ever be farming max delves, unless it's a Tuesday one that you haven't gotten around to maxing yet. It's really important to get every delve to quality 10. Focus on one at a time. Focus on whatever one you're doing on a daily basis, and then start shifting into all the other ones. And you start shifting based on whichever ones are the next event. So, for example, we know that the next event will be, if it's Warrens right now. Oh, I forgot what came after Warrens. I believe it was Fang, if I'm not mistaken. I actually forget off the top of my head. I believe it's Fang. But, let me go double check. Actually, there's an easy way to check. If you ever are wondering which one comes in next. They're actually in correct order on the portrait area. The only exception is All-Seeing Eye comes before Hall of Guardians. Other than that, they're in correct order. So it goes All-Seeing Eye, then Hall of Guardians, then Crypt, then Mr. Scales, then oh, I'm forgetting some of these. Primal Rift, then Warrens, then Fangmore, then Plague something. What was it called? Dark Pits. And then the next one that comes into the game, and so on and so forth. If you ever need to check it real quick, that's basically the easiest way to find out the order. For whatever reason, the only ones that are incorrect is All-Seeing Eye comes before Hall of Guardians. Other than that, all these are in correct order, aside from the very first two. So you would always know the event cycle that way. So for example, if you have quality 10 on the one that you farm on a daily basis, you would then want to go and upgrade Fangmore next, because that would be the next one. Then Dark Pits to quality 10, then over to All-Seeing Eye, so on and so forth. Let's see. We'll take a brown for now. Throw key to key. That there. Get an Egg Thief in there. And let's match. There we go. Okay, we have that one, we have this one. So we take this one, we go for the 2 treasure rooms, taking the 1.2 first, and then head to the final room. And if we got lucky, that means we have all rewards. So we probably didn't get lucky, and we have to do another delve. Luckily, we already bought another delve, so you have to do it regardless. And we'll throw a key down. And the only reason I already bought it is, of course, because of the enchant. Because even if we didn't necessarily need it, the enchant gives us enough value that we might as well have just gotten it, which we did. Because it basically guarantees that everything gets to cast in a timely manner, or at least their first cast. Of course, isn't that effective on something that hasn't powered, but on everything else, it's decent. Okay, nothing really good to take here. Let's go grab a yellow for now. Grab a red over. Get everything destroyed. Key to key. And let's match. Okay, they would take this one, final one. Hopefully get a Valraven somewhere in here. We only have one sigil left. We'll probably get it on the next one. We end up getting that Valraven. Normally how it goes down. It doesn't. Oh, I meant to take that brown, so we got an extra turn. Whoops. That is definitely not the move I meant to do. I'll throw that down, get a free turn, double key kill. I'm actually still surprised we're at double key kill range. Haven't had an instance yet where we haven't, though I believe next delve starts reaching the point where we don't. Possibly even this final battle. Because that's when 100% stats start hitting. Because the tier 1 room gives 50% and tier 2 gives 60% and so on and so forth until this final room, which has 100% of the levelage. Means they're all level 80 since this is a level 80 delve. Okay, what do we grab? Let's take our gold, grab all those reds. That's exactly why we have +2. Then again, never mind. We didn't even need that +2 because enchant actually did the +2 for us. It's funny. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, we don't have enough damage on this final battle because of the extra stats that it has from having 100%. Okay, he'll do a thing. As long as it's not in, a barrier, it's perfectly fine, and it wasn't. And now it's key to key. And that should be a match. Move that down over through all of our manas. And one more will get us to full. And luckily that skull taps him out, so he dies in one shot, and he's dead. There we go. And our final sigil, unless we get more here, though we should be able to get more here. Go claim our final reward. Also, if any of you haven't claimed it yet, not sure if it's still active, but there's the redeem code. Never mind, we still have one more battle. Yeah, that makes sense. Or 1 or 2 more battles. Please be Cedric. No, no Cedric. Well, that's a treasure room then. That's not a treasure room. The path then. I guess we take, this was 1.2, right? Yeah. So it looks like we go there, 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 there. Seems to be the way to go. Let's go do that. Hope for a Valraven. And within 2 battles, we'll have the orb. Yeah, it does go pretty fast these days. Salty ended up mentioning that there are around 400 claims these days. At even 400 claims, even if we only have a small amount of viewers, people tend to multi-use them or share them with their guild and other stuff. So they can go pretty quick. Okay, we'll get our destroy on everything. Another destroy. And then we just throw that into key and be good to go. And it should be dead. Oh, I didn't move it. Ah, I forgot to let him move us back to normal. It's not that big a deal, though. But it will. Okay. Also, I should probably start switching to that Tina team. It was fine to do these for these earlier ones to farm the gold, but it is going to start slowing down now that we don't have one-shot range. We're probably going to start using that weird Tina team I started using some to get the battles done quicker. About a minute or so quicker normally, assuming no Cedric room. Minute, 2 minutes, somewhere around there. That adds up. Oh, I forgot to use greed. I technically forgot again, but it was almost more so deliberate just to make sure because he was blocking us. That one wasn't really, or that one was intended. Now we're basically at max gold without even needing greed. Okay, we'll grab our gold because we can just immediately take that to full anyways. Grab everything down and hopefully get some cascaded green to fill it to full, or never mind, I already got it without it. For key down, it should be kill range for at least one of them. And now we'll just keep getting one within kill range. Flip them down that way. Unfortunately, we'll kill that with our destroy, but luckily he got hit by a skull, so it doesn't matter. We now have enough damage. The biggest issue with that dying before was we wouldn't have had an extra turn. But now it doesn't matter if we have an extra turn because he get hit by a skull, and now he just dies in one shot. Okay, where we're going again? This way. Take this, take the 1.25, take the other 1.2, take the 1.15, and then take the middle treasure room. The 1.25 with 1.2k gold. More like 3,500 gold or so by the time we reach it, maybe a little higher. Okay, throw the key down, get our double. Still some things we can double. Not consistently, though. We just overkilled it with skulls there. And it was killed with key. Come on, treasure map. Nope, no treasure map for us. Oh, no, we did get a treasure map. Never mind, just has a weird delay to it after the fact. Okay, then we take this one. The 1.2, 1.15 treasure room, and then finish. Also, let me go claim the orb. I haven't claimed the orb yet. We should definitely have enough battles at this point to claim the orb. Grab that, throw a key down. Nothing dies to that, does it? Oh, well, we'll still go for it. For damage down, and now we need to start getting Egg Thief up. And again, I guess she'll just naturally get herself up at this point. Let it naturally happen. Don't even need to go out of our way for it. And then we just do this into key again. Casting a few times. And then we throw key to key. Actually, don't even need to. Oh, there we go. Already killed. And even if that didn't kill, the skull would have. And it was extra turn, so it still would have been our turn as well. Okay, take this room. Oh, before we do, let's go claim that final orb. So far, we hit 2 purples. It'd be funny if we actually hit 3 in a row. Come on, purple. Ah, useless orange. Useless orange. But at least we got 2 purples in a row. Oops, wrong room. Take this one. Oh, wait, never mind. That's the right room. Oh, wait, they're both 1.2. Okay, well, let's take this one then. And take the other one, then grab the treasure. And end the final. Yeah, we're done with the event now. Now we're basically just doing our daily amount. Hopefully we still found a Valraven. But I'll probably make this the last delve for now. The rest of them I'll probably just do off stream. Because at this point it's basically just like doing our daily delves, which is going to be us running either this or some kind of Tina quick team on it. So pretty much the same thing we're doing now. Over and over again. We still have another 5 to do. I still have the 3 daily ones and the other one, but I'll just do those off stream. Already got all of the more important loot for now. Hello, Nancy. Welcome. Throw a key down, and there we go. Okay, so if anyone still has any questions, let me know. We'll be wrapping up in a few minutes. Grab our gold over there, and get our gold over there to max that out. Get our reds. That'll be full mana now. Key down, even if it's not enough. Okay, that was barely enough. Grab it again. Take that over into another destroy. And it was key to key. Level 5 chest, which also gets upgraded by 4 after we do the final one. 3 from quality and 1 from naturally. So if we get an upgrade here, we can actually end it with level 10 chest. Hey, we did get a Valraven. I thought so. But yeah, I'll do those other 2 off stream. So we have 5 more warrants to go do. 4 of them at level 110. Which is technically 5 of them at level 110. We actually have 6 more to do. 2 from this event. 1 at 100, 1 at 110. And then the rest on our on the faction itself. 1 delayed from yesterday, and the other 3 just from doing it. They'll probably delay 1 again, just from having to do so many today. We not killed the Valraven yet. That's actually slightly dangerous. I do want to get that kill. It's 2 whole free battles we can take. There we go. Okay. And that is that. Oh, we did get a chest upgrade. Nice. And we get to end it with a nice quality 10 chest. Because that will upgrade the chest to 10 as soon as we finish the battle. Yeah, we did end up using up the code already. It goes pretty quick these days. Normally goes within the first 10 minutes normally. Unless it's a really slow stream, it normally goes in like 10 minutes or so. I think Saturday night is normally our slowest stream. Just because we already streamed in both the mornings. So people might be all streamed out. And also because there normally isn't anything special to do. Like Friday night, we're doing whatever the new content is. Between Friday and Saturday morning and Friday night, we pretty much already covered it all by Saturday. Let's see. But yeah, the days it tends to go quickest is Monday, or basically the weekend. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, sometimes Friday if something really big happened on Friday morning. Like this Friday, which is going to be bringing in a new hero class and a new faction. Anyone who didn't catch it in the morning will probably catch it at the night stream. Now, Friday, we're probably mostly just leveling new hero class for the most part. There we go. Level 10 chests and 4 arcanes. Hopefully we get something good here. 4.1 times multiplier as well. Well, we got mostly shards, which is exactly what we want to see. Souls, not so much, but there we go. 164 shards off a level 10 chest to get it ended with. And I'll go complete out the other 2 battles later. Is that a Cedric room? No. Now we're not getting any Cedric rooms, but at least we got like 3 or 4. So overall, pretty good value. And way more than we normally get. But anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. I guess I will catch you all tomorrow night. We'll be back same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hour and a half prior to now tomorrow. Mainly just going to be, I don't think we have a unique pet, right? Just Mimic. It is a really good pet, however, but it's not a unique one. But Gold Pet is among one of like the top 5 pets. Actually, probably even like the best pet still. At one point, I regarded it as best, and I don't know, I'd probably still consider it. Obviously, it doesn't give you any kind of like troop bonus or anything, but it gives you anywhere from 1% to 5% extra gold. And that is applicable to every battle you ever do, and that starts to add up to be a lot of gold over time. That is for sure. It's still not worth buying the pet, and there's not a single pet in the entire game worth buying, unless you eventually need it for Kingdom Upgrade. Then it might be worth it, but even then, probably still not. It's ridiculously expensive to buy them with gems, so it's normally you never do it. But yeah, definitely a great pet to get more copies of if you haven't already got it maxed, or especially if you haven't even gotten a copy of it yet. But anyways, guys, I'll catch all of you later. Thanks for stopping by. As I mentioned, new Mythic, new hero class is Friday. Other than that, pretty much a normal week. Wednesday's just that pet. Thursday, we have literally nothing, because on Friday, we have a new hero class and Mythic. Anyways, guys, have a good night. Catch you later, and goodbye.